And here we are to our next paragraph that talks about commodities. Commodities. We have to think about what that means. But as we look at this paragraph, we start to realize that the passages in the ACT come from all kinds of different sources, and they have different types of content. For example, you'll have 4 passages, and those passages will be, one is prose fiction. So prose means written in paragraphs and sentences. Fiction, of course, it's not factual, it's made up. You'll have a natural science passage, a social science passage, which is about how people behave, and a humanities passage. And that humanities passage could come from all different types of periods of history or things like that. So when we look at this passage, we realize that the language in it at times is a little different. We have some terms and names that may take us by surprise, but we have to work our way through them and try to get to the meat of the main idea. That's our whole purpose, is the main idea. So we read our sentence or question, and it says, which statement best summarizes the main idea? Now notice here, we have main idea, and we also have the term summarizes, and that's a key word that tells you you're trying to find the main idea. We talked earlier about how you might have stated main ideas, or you might have implied main ideas. In this case, it's pretty much an implied main idea, but you can go back to the method we used earlier and try to narrow down to come up with your idea of the main idea, your final answer. One of the things that I would say as I'm reading this is, as I read through my 4 answer choices, and you really need to read through all 4, as I'm reading through, I'm seeing labor, I'm seeing division of labor in B, I'm seeing, this says exchange of goods. These are some key terms. And then I'm seeing hard work here. So I would ask myself, what is kind of a common theme in these sentence answers? Well, to me it looks like labor is in 3 of them. That would tend to lead you to think that this passage might be about that, because 3 of your answers have something about labor in them. The interesting thing here is that if you've read your passage carefully, you realize that this passage has really nothing to do about labor, about doing work. It has to do with exchanging goods with people to be able to meet your needs in a particular society. Because see, you talk here about giving a number of cattle in exchange for something costing 9 oxen, something else costing 100 oxen. Salt being something that you could pay with, shells, dried cod, tobacco, hides, dressed leather, all these things were commodities. There's that word again, commodities, things that we exchange. These are commodities that we can exchange to be able to reach our own goals or get what we need in life. So we're going to look again, and we're going to say commercial society is based on exploiting the labor of others. Well, like I said, this doesn't talk about people laboring, so I'm going to take it out. Letter B, division of labor is the only way to a truly commercial society. Once again, I'd ask myself, is this talking about dividing labor? No, it's talking about exchanging goods. So I take that one out. And then C says, a person's needs can be best met through the exchange of surplus goods. Oh my goodness, that's what we've been talking about, exchanging goods. So I'm thinking that's probably my answer, but I would probably just put a little question mark or a little circle or something, and then read my last answer just to make sure. Only through hard work will man reach his goals. Once again, we're talking about labor and work, and this passage does not talk about that. It talks about exchanging goods. Surplus meaning something you have more of than someone else has. So we come back here, we take out D, and C becomes our answer. See, finding the main idea really isn't that hard.